Welcome back to another episode of Talking with Rafael with your host, Rafael, and another episode of the Erwin Show, respectfully, with your host, Erwin. What up, dude?
What's up? What's going on, man? Good to be back.
Good to be back, man. I missed this. Not gonna lie, I missed this, dude.
It's been too long, guys, but thank you guys for joining us today. We are officially back with episode 81 for the show here.
81 for him, 82
81.
for me.
81 for me, 82 for him. But yeah, we are back here with a really good topic that we're going to have here today. Me and Rafa had about 30-minute conversation before here. But before anything, make sure you hit the like button, share with friends and family. Get ready for today's episode. There's a lot of things going on, and I think this episode needs to be brought up to more attention to people. Things people need to be said, things need to be happening. I think the message needs to be out there. And what do you think, Rafa? What do you think about this? I mean, do you want to start with the quote of the day today, or you want to do any kind of quotes? Do you have any ideas today? It's been a while.
Quote of the day, I think I'm gonna freestyle this. Get informed. Simple as that. Just get informed. Best thing to do is knowing is half the battle. You just got to get informed on the information that you're looking for. And so whatever you're looking at, make sure you get informed about it. Because that way, once you know what the battle is about, then the rest is piece of cake. At least the action is. Oh my gosh, the heartburn already started. Within
bro.
2 minutes of the episode. No, dude, and I even have broccoli, dude. It's like usually the heartburn when I'm not on a diet, like when I eat when I eat bad, the heartburn it usually burns. Now that I'm eating healthy, this heartburn is like not burning. It's just like hiccups. Like
I didn't feel like you had a heartburn when you were doing your the diet as much. I noticed that you were not like out there.
No. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about. I don't know if on my previous time that I was here, I think I did talk about it on episode 80, on my episode 81, how I messed up my 75 hard challenge, and I will start over. Hey man, you felt, dude. You felt
I was honest about it, but the way you felt that shit, bro, like for real, I'm like, are you for real? Like,
hey, dude, listen, I felt that shit, but I felt the challenge, but I didn't feel in life because guess what?
You're still going.
I'm still going. I'm still working out, dude. My legs are killing me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I have switched it to working out 5 days a week, but I'm still doing two exercises a day. Like I need my Friday, my Saturday and Sunday kind of like rest day, and I think I need to start stretching more because I sort of got I think I pulled like a hamstring.
I think it's getting to the point of the age that you're like, oh shit.
I'm getting to the point that I'm like LeBron James. I need to like do 2 to 3 hours of stretch before going back to the.
He said, I'm getting LeBron James.
Hey man. But
no,
we have 1 second. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So listen up, guys. We got a special episode today. As you can read it on the title, we are going to be talking about immigration new policy in Florida. Recently, there was a new law that has been applied. It will be applied in July 1st of this year, and it's something that both me and Erwin kind of like would like to talk to you guys about. It will be like a serious episode, but I'm gonna try to make it more light through it as much as possible. I did try to pull out as many sources as I possibly could, but again, like I said on the quote of the day, make sure you get your own information from reliable sources. I'm not sure if any of this information is from reliable sources. So all this information will be based on the resources that we gather. If it's accurate, great. If it's not, oh well. This is based on those type of information. So without further ado, Erwin, how can we start about this immigration new policy? I feel like it's a conversation that is a touchy subject for sure.
Definitely.
It affects one out of every five people in Florida. It it has been a very it has been a very negative effect towards the immigrant people.
I agree.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and take over. Let me
Yep.
know what you think.
Well, so just like Rafael said, okay, Rafael did say this. Governor Ron DeSantis decided to create a new law called the Bill 1718. Pretty much, it has a lot of penalized issues coming in with workers, employments, and stuff like that. They're pushing out to make sure that, to me, the state of Florida, that's one of the states that's actually created by illegal immigrants. That state, there's a lot of illegal immigrants in that state in general. That being said, considering the facts and how is that affecting them as we speak, and this hasn't even taken effect. I've seen people in the agriculture build fields; they're not working anymore. Construction workers, nothing's getting built. And then you hit talk to some of the resources that I got from my own personal point. Is they're not getting the work done. They're not getting the stuff they need because nobody wants to work. They come into work few hours, they go to lunch, they never come back. This is one thing that I feel like country in this particular country they forget the most important thing of all. The most important thing is this country was built around immigrants. If you have such a big problem with illegal immigration, I think there's something that needs to be done and corrected by being able to have these people that have been working here for so many years have a new life, created a life. Even those guys, for example, like myself, at one point in my life, I got here when I was 10 years old. So everybody has been to that. This is considered your home. And then here's the thing: is like you don't have the choice to be put in a situation that like okay, you can just easily go back home. But it doesn't work that way because you built the relationship you have here at home. This is your home. This is what you built. By now, you probably have a family. It hurts the fact that people just attack. And that's my biggest thing. Seeing the fact that they're going to put pressure on July 1st, everybody's moving out of Florida. A lot of things have been happening. The new laws are coming across, and we're going to talk about it more in the episodes and on the video. We're going to talk about it more. This is just the beginning. How people are just getting, very frustrated, and then some of these people are going to different states. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised eventually the United States decided to do that overall in the United States, and I believe there's 2 states already that are doing that pretty hard shit. Florida actually doing this legally, full state base. But I gotta say that in a point of this, in the way I see how it affects, is it's just fucked up. It's fucked up because like now everything's gonna start going up for everybody. Nobody's doing the agriculture. Nobody's picking the fruits and vegetables. Nobody's doing construction. The mandate's not even there anymore. You have to spend more time. Construction workers as well too. I'm gonna start bringing a little bit of the tensions for the law they're bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
Law is coming in that e-verify has to be supplied by every single employee with employments over 25 employees. If they don't do that, they will be charged $1,000 a day for them not using the e-verified. That's one. Number two, they never had driver's licenses. They can never identify these people. They can never identify who they are. Um, so that's another big, huge thing.
Wait, did you say $1,000 a day?
$1,000 a day. They'll be
Jesus.
thousand
So
dollars a day for they found out with the employees. There's not an employment e-verified. $1,000 per day. Um, the other one, here's the one that kind of got to me. If you were a U.S. citizen, and you're
mhm.
driving your vehicle, you get pulled over. Once you get pulled over, you say you have some illegal immigrants with your friends, family, whatever it is, you get charged for that. You'll be responsible for that as a minor second degree felony who is subject to pay a $10,000 fine and 15 years in prison. Oh,
Damn.
you know, and to me, and here's one thing that I want to be very clear with people: illegal immigrants are not able to get any kind of help from the U.S. government, and that's where I feel hearing that a lot. They can't. How can you get provided help with the U.S. government when there's no social security number? There's no way for you to identify somebody.
Hmm.
On top of that, you have to go through a lot of certain things that have to be applicable to
Yeah.
you. Legal assistance for sure. And there's a lot. There's a saying on the bill that I did not agree with. That according to their studies and research, says that 12 million illegal aliens. 12. The United States spends $12 million a year for illegal aliens asking for help, which to me makes no sense. That's just to me, it's just kind of like you're trying to do everything in your power, and I get it. And you and I were talking about earlier. I believe this guy's trying to run for president.
Yes.
You know,
He's trying to run for president on 2024.
yeah. I mean, I get it. He's trying to help his points and his ballots. I understand that. I get it. But
Yeah. Hmm.
not. I mean, I understand that because now I'm old enough to understand this. But like before, I was like, who's gonna vote for you? It's unfortunate to say that it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You know what I mean? To me in general, is the state of Florida is it's a place that's very popularly known for like travelers, tourisms, people coming into Florida for a lot of things, especially Miami. You doing kind of things like that, and then
Hmm.
stuff like that. And here's one thing I would like to say for the Latin community out there, especially los reggaetoneros. A lot of reggaetoneros should not be aware of this too.
Um, I
They
mean,
should.
it's not just Latin people, dude. You
I
gotta
know.
admit it. It's
I know.
people from Europe. It's people from Africa, Asia,
Oh yeah. I mean, in general,
South
in
America,
general.
Central America. All of them isn't. The thing is, it's like yes, it is highly. The people are the most people that are getting blamed are the Latino community.
Yeah.
But this
Right.
is also affecting
Everybody.
everybody
100%.
who was born outside the United States.
Yeah.
So it's gonna suck.
It is gonna suck because what I was trying to say is like I think in general, there's been some protests been going on. There have been protests out there in Florida, been going on. And what I was trying to say about the Latin community artists is J Balvin, Maluma, um, Maluma,
Uh,
Bad Bunny, big artists, nation worldwide
Bad
known.
Bunny's Puerto Rican, bro.
I know, but he's still Latino.
Bad Bunny is okay. Go to the point. I
Okay,
want
so my
to.
point is this: a lot of these people that live in Miami, live in
Uh
Florida in
huh.
general. I think it's
Yes.
important for them to show the support of how they feel about stuff like this too. I think in a way
Mm,
they should kind of provide that because they're people that are actually worldwide known and everybody in general. I'm not trying to put a blame on nobody, but I think it would help to do some kind of something, some kind of not a protest, but say something, make some show some support. You know, in a way that you can help. Because here's the thing: is Miami. Okay, I've never been to Miami. You've been to Miami. But
I
tell me
think.
this: how many people in Miami? How many times you gone to a place that you're like, okay? Last time one of my friends told me he went to Miami. Everybody talks Spanish. There was no
Yeah.
English, and I'm like, what?
English is a second language. It's not the first.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're saying for in general for everybody, bro.
But
I
here,
just think it's
hold
it's
on, dude.
important to
Here's
stick
the
together.
thing,
You
though,
know,
that I have to say about your point about involving not just reggaeton artists, but like any Latin artist or uh, any outside the country artists, basically, and not just outside the country. I mean, hey, dude, people like Katy Perry, um, Selena Gomez,
anybody, bro.
Taylor Swift, like all you guys who has a Latino base or an immigrant base, um, to go and say what exactly?
Just
Like I can see. Here's the thing, though, a person as a celebrity, they can only do so much. You know what I mean? What are they gonna do? Write a song so
no,
they can
no,
earn more
no. Write
money?
a song. Just kind of build a stand. Something that people
Mm.
that is things like this. For example, if everybody were to work together, let's just say, for
Yeah.
example, work together and say just worst case scenario, and this is my idea: work together, no concerts in Florida at all from any of these people, no tours from anybody in Florida due to
They're
this.
not gonna
It's
do
just
that.
I know I'm just giving you an example. I'm just giving you an example. Like right now, there's people saying travelers to go to Florida. don't visit Florida.
They're
This and that. Like, yeah, they're not. They're not gonna
they're
do it.
not. They're not
But
gonna
sometimes I
do
feel
that.
like in a state like Florida itself, who is you said it's a very large amount of Latin community in that state, and you're not just talking about there's Jamaicans, there's
Yeah.
people from everywhere in Florida.
Cuba, Jamaica,
Cuba,
Haiti,
Jamaica, Haiti,
Dominican
everything is
Republic.
anything from the little islands as well out there too as well. It just
The
I
thing
just think
is,
it's
let me bring this up. J
yeah.
Balvin, he's not gonna say shit about it. He's never been political. He would never been the type of person like, unless it's killing people, he's not gonna say shit. Uh Carol G, same shit. Any reggaeton artist, they know don't fuck up, don't get into the politics shit. The one who will is the people who sing about it, which is Residente. He will probably Calle 13 will fucking talk about it, but the impact that he will give is very small compared to the effect that is happening.
No, I mean,
I
in
mean, you
I'm just
the
thinking outside the box and just in general. You know what I mean? Like I
the
get it.
the
Someone,
thing.
it's not even about the politician shit. I just
Mhm.
think it's just it's just
I,
a
I
state like that, bro. It's just
I think
you know what I
what
mean.
it needs to be happening is people who have a platform like us, like a podcast, should talk about it. The
Stick together.
people who exactly, and not just talk about it, but kind of like when you want a law to take effect, you need to go around and collect signature petitions, and once you get a petition, like make it into a law. Talk to the House representative. All, all these obstacles, and you have to do every single one. You cannot skip one. And sitting at home bitching like, oh, I can't do this. This is bullshit. Nah, dude, this is the opportunity that you guys gotta take and say, what can I do? And so do the research. And this is back to the quote of the day: get informed. What can you do as a citizen? What can you do as a resident? What can you do as a, even if you have like any type of status, even if you're an immigrant, go find, you can Google is available on your phone. You can actually Google immigrant lawyers near me, and you can actually talk to an immigrant lawyer and see what advice they can give you. And so those are the type of things that you, as a citizen or as an immigrant or anything in between, have to do in order to uh fight this bill, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean that bill. I don't know. It's just to me. I just feel like I'm not trying to say or trying to tell anything. I just think it's people like that. For example, from our end, we can only do so much from our end. You know,
Yes.
I'm just saying people that have a big impact. Big impact in the world. In certain things could be a good part of it, especially for a lot of reasons. Shit happens. I
Yeah.
understand that. The
Mhm.
laws are fucked up. I just want to remind it again. This country was built by illegal immigrants. And
Correct.
if you're not a Native
And
American,
slavery.
yeah, if you're a Native American, you're not a legit person here. So the fact is that people need to stop being so close-minded and sincerely really think about this because most of you guys are very grateful the people you guys have working for you. Those people that actually work for you to take care of you to make sure we're taken care of. Now you have nobody to cut your grass, do your yard work,
Mhm.
agriculture space. And you're gonna tell me that because you know what I can tell you right now, there's nobody with the U.S. citizenship. A U.S. citizen will not be able to do the agriculture job. They won't be able to do that. They can't hang the job. They're saying the Latinos are or illegal. Let me correct myself. Illegal immigrants are still in the jobs, dude. I can guarantee you, you're not gonna be able to last doing the job. You have to remember everything right now that's happening. All this change is happening. Eventually, it's gonna all fucked up. Your vegetables, your fruits are gonna increase the prices. Everything's gonna be screwed up again.
But
Every
it's not just vegetables or farming. It's not just agriculture. It's also if you work in the tech industry,
Yeah,
if you
construction
work
base
in
too.
construction, it's
That
not
shit
just
is not gonna be, the
it's not
expectation.
just labor. I
It's
mean,
everything.
majority is labor, but um, being a janitor. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're a janitor, you're screwed. Who's gonna clean your bathroom now?
Yeah, I'm just asking. I'm just
And
talking about the most basic ish, like as possibly can get, because I feel like people,
your
these
cab
guys were like
driver,
15 hours working out the day for picking up cherries. And how much you get
your
paid per
bus
cherry.
driver, your cab driver, your semi
Everybody, bro.
truck, your. I mean, there's plenty
Oh yeah,
jobs out there that they do hire immigrants, and it keeps this country moving because of that. Let's admit it. If they didn't, let's say everybody was a citizen,
that would
you
not
know how
happen.
much you have to pay them? Like you have to pay them minimum, and minimum wage in Florida, it went up to $20 an hour.
Fucking shit.
So imagine that, like somebody picking up your apple that is what, $1, or your orange
Maybe
that
some cheese,
is,
bro.
I don't know how much is an orange
Yeah,
nowadays.
so
So
you're right. We don't know how much it would be for them to pick the orange, how much they
yeah,
get paid for that orange. They get paid for what they do, you know.
exactly. So imagine as a minimum wage is $20 an hour. So you having one person picking up oranges at the state of Florida, one person is $20 an hour.
Right,
So now you're gonna have multiple because you're gonna have a big farm.
right.
So that orange juice that you drink for 216 or 299 or even 199, it's gonna spike up to $5 an hour, $5
Oh, I would
for that orange juice.
easy.
Is gonna spike up to $10 that orange juice. What you used to buy a gallon now is only like 8-ounce cup for $10
Yeah,
because of that. And I'm
it's
sorry, but the reality is
it's gonna
the
hit, bro.
reason why we buy Nike shoes for $100 is because they're manufactured in a different country.
Yeah, by little kids. by
Little
li-
kids for a bowl of rice.
yeah,
That's always has been a joke. Also, your iPhone, your this phone right here is manufactured in Taiwan, or it's put together somewhere else
for the same reason,
for the same reason,
because it's
because
cheaper out
it's
there.
cheaper. Because if you have an American working in America to build that fucking phone for you, it's not because it's gonna be fucked up.
Hmm.
It's because you're gonna have to pay that person way more than you have to hire somebody outside.
Isn't it fucked up though? Now you're talking about that. Isn't it fucked up how I remember, for example, living in Mexico, I remember if you had an actual like a tool or anything that you had to say made in USA, you're like, that's just good. That's just some good shit he's gonna be made. That's just perfectly fine. I remember Craftman used to be on top of the line. The Craftman tool was one of the best tools in the
Mhm.
world at that one point. There's shit now. And it's true what you're saying, bro. Because here's the thing is, if that is the option, I mean, we're already kind of looking at certain things that have been changing nationwide and affecting United States in a base. You
Correct.
know, I just feel like in honestly, a lot of people don't understand it. And here's crazy, the crazy parts of people. I was looking at a video when we were talking about this whole immigration status in Florida.
Hmm.
U.S. citizens were saying, "Hey, I would rather live in Mexico than here." I was like, "What, bro? There's no stress. There's no problems. You live perfectly fine. You live your own life. Nobody judges you. Actually, Mexicans are very more welcome. I wish United States people were more like that." And the thing is, I feel like he's like, I feel like Mexico has changed throughout many years, have changed so much due to a lot of deportation from a lot of people that were here for certain reasons.
Hmm.
And it's changed their habits. And that was shocking to me that he said that because I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm telling you this because I'm an ex military. I'm retired. I came to live out here and I live peacefully. Everybody he's very welcoming. I used to live in Florida, he said. I'm like, whoa, that was shocking to me. And I just think that everybody just forget originally what the United States is made out of, how everything was brought up back to that thing again. You know what I'm saying? I just think that we have to kind of look at the basics of when we're starting. I
I
think
don't
you're
think
you
they forgot. I think they just, t- if it doesn't benefit them, they would change it for you.
yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah,
It's not about like, oh, America was built so and so. No, it's not that. They know.
but
They
then
know
sometimes
how they is built, and this is why they are applying those laws.
yeah, they have to
So,
be reminded.
so
Here's
it.
another. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, back to the point of the immigration policy is that apparently the hospitals now they have to report that status, but it's also against the law for them to share patients'
Private
information.
information. Yeah.
So now this is like, I don't know if it's gonna affect anything. Where like, hey, if I'm an immigrant and I happen to go to the hospital after July 1st in Florida, if they report my information, knowing that they cannot do that, I can sue the hospital
No.
for sharing
Yeah.
my information.
And they could lose a license.
And the doctors and nurses can lose the license. So
It's
that's a
it's
big one where like it contradicts the law. So I don't know what's gonna happen there.
let
So
let me ask you this, but we were talking about that too, and that was exactly what I wanted to bring it up, and I'm glad you brought it up too.
mhm.
But isn't it against the human rights to deny medical assistance to somebody, especially like if you're hurt? Say you're in a car accident, you're hurt. Isn't that illegal rights?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that against the United States? I'm just asking.
No, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's
and if
against
anybody
human
knows that, bro,
rights.
because it's like, are you
I
kidding me?
know it's against morals. I mean, it, as a like personally, I think that the people who become nurses and doctors is
Yeah,
because they want to help people. And
exactly.
if they see somebody bleeding out and they're like, sorry, because of your immigrant status, I cannot help you.
Help you.
They will, dude, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
No,
It will fuck up the
it's
person.
fucked up for sure, no
It will
doubt.
fuck up those doctors and nurses mentally. Where like, yo, I came here to help out people. I get it. Or maybe, I mean, I can see some doctors who actually became doctors because they want to earn money. You know what I mean? So,
And here's
but
another one too, though, based on that topic as well
mhm,
too. So, so pretty much Florida's banning as well. They're banning any local governments, NGOs is what they call them, from any kind of like, say you have like there's a thing that we call the privilege licenses is what they call them. For
mhm,
those that don't know about that, certain states provide that, which is perfectly okay for that. I think that's not a problem at all. It's good to have a license. It's a privilege license. Yes, it is a privilege to have a license. Great. Thank you for the opportunity.
yeah.
But apparently, that particular state, that's a Larry say hi.
Nah,
um,
he just wants to play. Look,
I
he
know.
has that bored face.
So there's certain states that do provide that licenses. They do
Mhm,
provide that licenses and stuff like that. And afterwards, apparently those licenses are not going to be allowed in the state of Florida. So if you have the license, and it's fucked up to say this, they want to make sure and show you, hey, yeah, they want to clearly show you and specify very clearly, say to you, hey, you're an illegal immigrant,
mhm,
and so on and so on. So this particular license, and I tell you that because I used to have one. I used to have a license. I used to have this particular license myself. It clearly says driving privilege license, bright ass letters, red as fuck. It tells you that, like, damn. And here's the fucked up part: you can even use it as an ID.
mhm.
So now for the state of Florida is not allowing. There's on the East Coast. There's certain states. I'm not going to bring up the name of the cities because I don't want to burn them out about it because shit like that. But
Yeah.
they're going to be not allowing those licenses neither. So how are you identifying people without able to provide like an ID form? You can't even get an ID.
Yeah. I mean,
How, bro? Explain that to me. Like you can identify somebody. Oh, I could tell you, hey, what's your name? My name is Jose uh Martinez something something. Shit, you never know. You never have my
I
fingerprints.
agree.
You
And
know,
you
you know what I mean? I'm
I
just
agree. That's something that yeah, we talked about before the podcast started where like, yo, I think immigrants who are criminals, they don't give a fuck about getting an ID. They're not wasting their time on trying to get an ID or
yeah.
anything like that. The people who are trying to get an ID or who are trying to get a legal status in the
Hmm.
country
Hmm.
are the people who don't break the laws or anything. And
Yeah,
you're making it more difficult to get those um, for those people to get the law
I agree.
or not to get the law to get either a work permit or be able to become a citizen to this country, if that makes sense. So it is difficult to see that. I think United States citizens and residents should unite and try to help out because That's the only way I can see this actually change.
Yeah, no kidding. Because just like you say, not everything that we agree with illegal immigrants. I love my immigrant people, man. I love them to death. I give them credit for everything they do.
Yeah,
There's no, I'm not saying they're all are good. Some of them are bad. And I mean, shit.
some of my family members were immigrants at one point.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's just people that you actually are knowing. And then people like this, like I said, and we talked about this. If you're dealing here, if you're here to create problems and bullshit, you know your status. That's on you, my man. That's on you. You fucked up. That's on you. That's your fuck
yeah,
up. That's where you fucked up. That's all on you. But the moment that you actually come out and say you're a truthful person, take care of your shit. You work hard for what you have. You're out of the trouble. You're not a troublemaker. Here's another thing that people don't understand. I want to make sure I want to say that too. In illegal status, it was like, well, why don't you apply for a residency card? If you only knew. There's a
no,
long
there,
process.
yeah, it's a long.
It's a long process that you can just go to immigration and say, hey, I'm going to go to immigration and get my residency card. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a long
It's not
process.
like you walk in and like, hey, I need a green
I
card.
need a
Okay,
social,
here you go, sir.
here you go. There is a long process. There's people that are actually been waiting just for to one like to inform you guys this. There's people that have been waiting for 15 years. 15 years, guys. And still waiting for a residency card. On top of that, you don't get your residency card. On top of that, depending on your nationality, it could take between 3 to 5 years to get your residency.
Yeah,
You know,
it
it's
depends
a
on where
lot.
you're from. If
Exactly.
like I think
I think Venezuela is 2 years. Venezuela is 2 years,
oh,
and El
longer than
Salvador
that. Longer
sooner
than
for
I think
Venezuelans.
so. I think so.
I know
Or
they just
maybe
passed.
maybe it's short.
I know. I
I
know
think
Mexicans is
people
five
from
years
Chile can
minimum.
get it like right away.
Mexicans is 5 years minimum. I know. Yeah, minimum.
Yeah,
Minimum, bro.
I don't
And
know.
it's just like I said, I like to clarify that to people because eventually we're gonna get those comments. People are like, "Well, they should apply for this." Well, they did, and they still
They
haven't got
are,
anything.
and
And
so people are
that's
just waiting for the
yeah.
status.
It's unfortunate, and that's that the people who are trying to make things the right way have to be sacrificing a lot. They
Yeah,
sacrifice so much of what they do, and in this particular subject, like I said, I hate hearing shit like this happening because you get people panicking, people living there, or like here's like the other one. I don't know if it was true or not, but this one made me laugh.
mm,
If you're an illegal parent, you're like say, let's just say your girl's illegal, you're illegal. Your
yeah.
son's born in the United States.
Okay.
According to Mr. Trump, I don't know if it's true, but that shit was crazy. He would definitely not put him as a U.S. citizen because his parents were not even residents of the United States. I'm like, so where's the kid from then? So if he's born here, so where are you gonna put him? He's
Yeah. What it
undocumented.
like? For example, in my situation, I'm Colombian. My
Yeah,
wife is Armenian. Where would you put the kid at?
exactly. So what?
Like you deported me to Colombia and you're deporting my
Putting
wife
her
to
to
Armenia.
Armenia.
Where are you fucking sending my kid?
Exactly. So when he said that, I'm like, bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's
This
like,
shit too now. We're doing this
no,
again.
dude.
Like I'm telling you, it's fucked up, guys. It really is fucked up. And I'm telling you this, you can't judge an immigrant without knowing or actually being on those immigrant shoes. Everything they go through, it's a fucking mission. You have to understand most of these people left that country they're from for a particular reason. They left for a reason to have a
Yeah,
better life.
I mean, it can be as easy as like, yo, I just need a job. I
Yeah,
need I need a living style to even the American dream. I think it has died here because
I
even with the
agree
house,
with you.
because even with the house prices, nobody can afford a fucking house anyway.
Hey, question about that. What do you think the house prices are going to drop in Florida because of this? You think the house prices are going to drop? You
I
think the
mean, they're
economy
already
is going to
lower
drop?
than Utah.
No, the fuck they're not, bro. You're fucking tripping.
They're lower
Florida's
than Utah.
lower than Utah?
Yes, because they don't have to pay income
What?
taxes.
Oh my shit.
The state of Florida doesn't have to pay income taxes,
Mm, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at.
or it's a federal taxes.
I think it's. I, I think it's
A
actually
state's
fed. A state's good. I think they
yeah,
don't pay. I think you're right. I think it's the
yeah,
federal. They do have to pay the federal, not the states. Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
So
Uh,
yeah, it's
I don't know.
something like I said. It's a tough situation
It is.
for the immigrants in the state of Florida. I mean, you have other states that you can go to personally, but the people who don't know the language or have difficulties on trying to find that information on how to get educated on
Yeah,
it, they're the ones who are gonna get the consequences and getting deported back.
I agree.
Now, I don't know if it's still applied or not, but remember in the 80s where United States signed a treaty with uh, Cuba,
See,
where
I
like
remember
as
that.
soon as they step into the land of United States, they immediately get like a citizenship.
I that was the way
Is it still
before.
applicable?
I think they changed it around, and bro, this is another thing that doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Like
You
that's
know,
the one thing I'm not sure.
so I don't understand. Okay, I understand that Fidel Castro was a fucking asshole. He was this and all. I understand that. A lot of people
Hmm.
looked at him as a hero. A lot of people looked at him like a douchebag. I mean, but here's the thing, though. This is how I know the system is really fucked up. So one of the biggest enemy you had with the United States was Fidel Castro.
Hmm.
So your people that coming from Cuba were trying to get
And we're
documented.
talking shit right now because we're not like looking up anything. We're
No, no,
just
no, no.
talking shit.
We're
This
just
is
talking shit.
barbershop talk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This
Okay.
is just talking shit. But explain this to me how the United States government was making applicable to become a residency or U.S. citizens right away when you're having a biggest issue with Cuba and Fidel Castro, but your people will come in and you get a green card. But
Mhm.
another body that comes, somebody else that comes from another country who's trying to be legally with passport and visa, trying to get a residency for something. Oh, we can't
Mhm.
do that. What the fuck? You know, it's just kind of like that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's still going on with the whole thing with Cuba. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I
Yeah.
do know that Nicaragua has that issue going on right now too. Nicaragua is actually bringing people from Nicaragua to the United States. Your citizen, uncle, tío, mom, dad, whatever he is, claims you.
Yep.
Within a month, you get your social security card. So somebody that you have no fucking idea who he
Oh.
was,
Hmm.
you're gonna give him that. This is exactly what I'm telling you. And this is
Yeah.
barbershop talk. I'm talking like he said, barbershop talk, but it's how fucked up the system is. To me, in my eyes, I looked at them like people who've been living here for fucking their whole fucking life, sacrifice their childhood for
Or
everything.
what about a child that they were lied to and they don't know their whole life thinking they're American and they were brought in here when they were 5 months old or
And no,
anything?
he doesn't even have a document.
Exact.
How fucked up is that? And that's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody talks about doing it the right way. Let's do things the right way. Let's make this shit the right way. But dude, you're doing it the fucked up way. You're bringing people from another country. You have no fucking idea. You give
I,
them a green card right away, man. Come on.
yeah, I think the right way versus the what the law is way different because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's all about perspective of the person who's signing those papers and giving you the approval or the stamp of denied the status of your legal status in the country. So and that's the problem. It's like you get because even if the individual follows the law to the T, they don't get in trouble. They keep up the paperwork and all that stuff,
Right.
and they still get denied. And all they got to do is just keep appealing and appealing until they finally
Until
get approved. That can go from 1 month
many,
to
ma-
20 years or more,
yeah,
and their
it's
whole life will be into the status um of not an immigrant, but not a legal status, but not a resident, and that can actually affect um their livelihood because do they get a pension? So that they can work for 20 years until they finally get a citizenship. So they don't get a pension. They still pay taxes. Immigrants, illegal immigrants, they do pay taxes while they work.
and they pay more
And that's the most underrated
statements.
statements that has been there. They for a fact do pay taxes regardless of their status. And so yeah, because when you file your taxes every year, you put it there, and then they charge you for that. So,
Yeah, and just like you said, Rafa, you said a lot of things that you added. It's true, man. And like I said, we just want to inform you guys about that because I feel like a lot of people just very good at making judgment calls and saying, hey, they don't
because
care. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
because here's the thing: it's one thing being scared of ISIS, or
I,
being chasing you, or ICE chasing you.
ice or ice, ISIS or ice, like la migra,
ISIS,
la
la migra,
ice, ICE,
ICE.
guys. Chill.
Okay, it's one thing you're getting chased by ICE. It's another thing you're getting chased by IRS.
Mm,
The IRS will find your ass. Doesn't I don't know
mm,
how they do it, but they
they'll
have
find.
more fucking people looking for the IRS on working for the IRS than the ICE company shit.
Yeah, I mean, in I don't know, just like Rafa did say, there's a lot of things in there that people are not informed about. Just like you should ask the questions to an illegal immigrant on everything you have questions and be
Hmm.
open minded to be prepared for that. A lot of people, they're very close minded, stubborn, and they're very disrespectful. The
Correct.
moment is that you guys really need to hear shit out like that. It's important that you guys hear stuff like that. Things like this, changing the laws on states like Florida itself, it's a big impact. It's going to be a big impact.
Yes,
Give it a month and then you'll see the impact that's going to happen across. Starting July 1st, you guys saw that. July 1st.
we still
People,
got time.
there's time.
Uh, you guys can hire a lawyer
Definitely.
and
Definitely.
appeal that. I
Definitely
mean, think
whatever you
about it.
can.
Remember when the state of Utah approved medical marijuana,
That was a
and,
fucking,
and
they
we
was going to,
voted for that, and
yeah.
55% approve it, and
Mhm.
then it got appeal,
I
and then we
remember.
had to wait longer. Guess what? As a USA citizen, you guys can appeal that shit again.
Yeah.
So if somebody before it goes to a uh, I don't know how the law works, but if somebody can appeal that shit, great.
I do want to bring something up very important too, because I feel like sometimes our own people
Hmm.
forget that. And I want to say this very clear because I feel like it's bad because lo voy a decir en español, con la pinche cara de nopal, en la jeta y todo. Okay.
I know we talk about like this episode in English for
No, well, because
41 minutes.
I feel like it's good for them to actually understand that too. But I'm gonna say something.
Dilo, dilo,
My
dilo.
own kind of people, my own people
Tu gente.
disappoint me when I'm like, oh, I'm a U.S. citizen now. I agree with what the man says. I'm 100% for him. Just remember, once upon a time, you were an illegal immigrant at one point. And for people to
Ooh.
forget that shit, el nopal no se te quita la cara. I'm telling you that right now. You're a pinche nopal. I don't give a shit. You are. But the fact is this, you have to understand that at one point you were in that situation and you're lucky that you were not in that situation how it is now. So for those that actually hear that think they're, oh, you have that fucking
I
typical
know some people
Hispanic.
are
Yeah,
like that
you
too.
have that typical Hispanic. Hi, is your name Cristiano? I was like, no, it's Chris. Oh shit, my bad, Chris. Pinche
There's a
nopal.
meme about it too.
Yeah, you seen it, and I seen keep people like that, bro.
It's
I
like,
have people that I work with. They're like that. And it's unfortunate because here's the thing is don't forget where you come from. Don't forget your roots. Don't forget where you
yeah.
started. That's the most important thing. You'll be grateful that you have an opportunity to be a U.S. citizen as quick as you could. You have the
Hmm.
opportunity to do shit like that. But there's people, your people, they're coming here from another country. They've been here as long as you've been here.
I
It
agree.
doesn't mean any difference. So make sure you guys understand that. For those who are like that, don't take if you're gonna take it personal, fuck, I don't give a shit. Take it personal. But here's it's true. People are like that.
Yeah.
You forget your roots.
But dude,
It's you know,
I think like we talked about it a little too much. Or not too much. I just think we did give our points on this.
no, and yeah, just but like
And
Rafa said, get your point of view, research your lawyers, try to see what options you guys have
no, no, no,
while
no.
the
I
meantime.
said get informed.
Yeah, just
I said get
inform by
informed. Look up for lawyers around you that can help you out with this situation. So that way it can um, better your situation at
yeah,
that point.
you
I
know.
understand lawyers are expensive, but just ask how much would it be?
I hope they don't try to fucking give him a pinche huevo.
I know, dude.
Un
But hey,
pinche
man, there's one thing I wanted to talk about
okay.
for the
What?
next 15 minutes, and it's something that I know we went from immigrants to now technology,
Oh, that's true. Okay.
and
Update. Let's make it a
Apple
little bit more
just
exciting.
released a keynote talking about dropping the Vision Pro, and it got me thinking, man. All these companies, like we got Facebook dropping their Meta Quest, we have Apple dropping this, we also have PlayStation dropping their goggles. I mean, everybody dropping their own goggle stuff. I don't know if you have seen it, because even though I tell you many times to watch this movie, I don't know if you have
The
seen it.
the one with the
It's called Ready Player One. That's why I
oh,
put
I already watched
RPO.
it. I already
You already
watched
did?
it. Yeah, I
Okay.
watched a lot. Dude, we talked about this. I already watched this
Okay.
movie a
Okay.
long time ago.
Okay. So you watched it.
Yeah, that shit
So
looks
you
cool.
see how like I'm thinking like, yo, are we going to see like Ready Player One kind of lifestyle
That'd be
where
dope.
like, yo, we just put a goggles like for those who don't know haven't seen the movie, go check it out. This is a spoiler alert because what the movie is about is literally is in the future 2045 where economy is going to shit and this people created this video game platform where like you can actually be there in live
Person,
action
like in
in
person.
a person.
Hmm.
And so all it is literally putting those goggles in and you can play Call of Duty in that kind of style, or you can play FIFA and that like you can actually run. It's literally like a they give you like a little treadmill on the bottom. It can run forward, backwards, diagonally, and you can jump. So that way, it feels like a reality of you going and play those games, and you can actually earn money. And it has been so popular that everybody in the world plays that game, and everybody can actually trade money in that kind of sense. So uh, now that Apple is dropping this, and I'm seeing many other companies doing the same thing, do you think that we're seeing a Ready Player One kind of lifestyle where we're gonna go into virtual reality?
So I mean, I saw the video for the Vision Pro. Don't take because me and my kid work. Me and Alargo watch like, dude, my dad's like, Dad, you need to get one of those. I'm like,
Yo, let me
bro,
look up the price right now.
forgot my boy over here. Let me talk about Rafa. The price on these things are starting at $3,495 before taxes. Is what exactly what they brought up. Don't take me wrong. I think they're the baddest shit ever created. I think it was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah,
And I feel like this is something that people can actually use. Like like in the video that shows like people, here's the thing, a lot of people will overspend the
yeah,
money.
I'm sharing the screen right
Yeah.
now. This is
A lo-
Apple.com right here, ladies and gentlemen.
like this is shit sick. Don't take me wrong. I love it. But here's the
Oops.
thing with that. I see that this is actually going to be something that they trying to kind of get you into. I feel like it could be more as a hand-free type of having a computer, a big ass thing. There's your computer doing your work because it feels like it's an actual cell phone. And I think that's the greatest thing this was
Yeah,
created.
I
The
mean,
problem,
based on this video right here that is playing,
mhm,
it's kind of like working on your computer or on your phone. Like you have all that information right there and then.
yeah.
Eh,
So everything will be linked up because your computer and your phone. Perfect. I think it's great. Don't take me wrong. Like more if you're like
watch
designing type of
movies.
thing, shit like that. Things whatever you want to do. You're gonna be consistent using this, invested money in this. If you're really gonna use it. If you're
Yeah.
really gonna use this shit out of this, like meetings. Look at that example, meeting presentations and shit like that. Things that actually matter. I do think, like Rafa said, this idea because a lot of the
Mhm.
complaints, and I want to mix it up a little bit. I'm okay with the Vision Pros. I just don't feel like if you're like a engineer, like something to work with emails, consistently busy on your phone, have to multitask with everything, that will be perfect for you. I agree 1,000%. Here's the thing though, with back with the game, the movie he's talking about,
Mhm.
there's been a lot of complaints. There's not that a lot of gamers. There's been videos show the gamers will look at how would a gamer look after a certain amount of years their sitting position or what they do. They look
Yep.
weird according to the video. But here's the thing though, in that movie, you do have like a track field, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And having all that set up in a video game system, I think will completely change the mentality for a lot of people because people's like, shoot, that could get me fit. That can get me into shape, like
N-
better at this, better
Yeah,
like a,
not just fit, but it'll also like, dude.
keep you
In
going.
no, no. Listen, who's your favorite team?
Or
Real
what?
Madrid,
Oh,
right?
soccer, Real Madrid.
Soccer,
Okay.
Real Madrid, right? Or basketball, the Utah
The
Jazz,
Utah Jazz.
or baseball, the Yankees.
Oh shit. You can
Okay,
guess.
so now imagine this: you create yourself as a player, you put those goggles on, and you're pretend that you're walking into the arena
Yeah,
to ready to play. Yo, you
what's
get
up,
that
Bron? What's up,
experience.
Bron? What's up,
Bron,
Bron? What's up,
LeBron
Bron?
James will be either a head coach
Hey,
or the
he's in the
CEO.
bench or in the wheelchair. What's up, Bron?
Yeah, so you can actually play those games.
Yeah.
Let's say Real Madrid. Let's say
Yeah.
like, hey, you're playing FIFA on this virtual reality, and gives you the experience of working through, like, not just playing the game, but like
Mm.
walking into the locker room, interacting with like the CPUs and stuff like that, and just kind of like into the game more than it is now.
Right. Oh,
And
really?
so I think like for me, the first time was when the Nintendo Wii came out, where you can
Yeah.
actually use your
Yeah.
hands more. And I was like, oh, this is great. This is a great step.
Uh-uh.
Then
Definitely was.
yeah, and then the goggles came out. I don't know who was the first one who came out with the goggles. I want to say it was Facebook, the Meta.
Was it meta?
I don't know who it was, but they came out with the goggles, and I was like, "Oh, you can play video games and have something awesome." And that's when I was like, "Okay, this movie right here, Ready Player One, is the peak of like where we need to be." And the one getting closer to that is actually Fortnite, because Fortnite is already experimenting by your avatar can be many characters. You can be Dragon Ball Z, you can be um NBA player, you can be a football player, anything. Especially when you buy all those skins, you
You know
know?
what's funny, brother? We were just talking about this, and this is man, the internet's fucked up. I just literally got an email from Apple about that.
Yeah.
Literally.
So
Oh shit.
those are the things I'm like, okay, we either stepping into this or somebody's gonna come out and actually create at least a whole planet that you can actually do a Call of Duty style. And
Fuck.
start with the Call of Duty and then create another planet where you can have your avatar and you can either go to play a Call of Duty style where all you do is a shooting style kind of game, or
Yeah.
you can do a sports
Section.
arena
Mhm.
section or casino and stuff like that.
You know,
And
and
you,
here's the thing though, too. I feel like if that were to come down to a scenario that
hmm
they will create something like that eventually,
yeah,
I believe, to be sincere, hopefully it doesn't make it too not unrealistic pricing. You know what I mean? Because like you know how
oh,
in the movie
dude,
itself, when you got the whole outfit, you can actually feel the
it's a
bullet.
hundred thousand dollars or 100,000 credits, which it could be $100,000 too.
Yeah. You know, it's
Yeah,
things like that that I feel like they need to understand that. I mean, I get it because not
but you
everybody
can
were.
earn money. You can have
Yeah,
sponsors
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, especially if you're good.
If you're really good and shit, you
Oh
know.
my
But
god.
I do think that the whole Vision Pros, I think they're pretty cool from what I've
Yeah.
seen about it. I think they're pretty dope. You know, especially like I said, it feels good to have something like that in your head. Just you have
hmm
all the functionalities right there with you. I think it's the greatest thing, and you can never go wrong with Apple, man. I'm sorry, you can. They never disappoint. In my books, they haven't disappointed everything they do. And if they do disappoint with something coming out, the update will fix that problem easily.
Yo,
You know,
it Apple has disappoint here and there, but they always fix the errors
of
and
course they
stuff
do.
like that. But for me, it's more like, yo, I'm ready for that platform where like
Yeah.
I put the goggles in, I have my a platform like back there so I can
Hmm.
run forward, sideways, and
Hmm.
actually play soccer. And then imagine playing like with legends. Like if a lot of people from FIFA, they love the FUT, the football shit,
Hmm. Hmm.
where like you can play with legends like Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo el Fenomeno, Maradona, and imagine you creating a whole team and you're like the midfielder and you pass it to those kind of players.
I need a sub. I need a sub.
Yo,
No, and
that would be
I
insane,
mean, how many?
dude.
If you live in an apartment complex, how many people are gonna come up and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, running?" You know what I
It
mean?
doesn't matter because you can pick a corner of the apartment complex and it can be yours.
Yeah,
And it could
yeah,
be your place where you can jump up and down. I mean, yeah, you have to. I think like the limitations of like the room you need is gonna be like a certain amount. I mean,
yeah.
you saw the movie like they did it on a, like a food truck.
I think it looks like it was like a van. I think it was like a van that
It
he
was
had on or something like that.
yeah, but the
Something.
van was I think it was like the USPS vans.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah. So a
was
little bit taller.
that
Yeah,
yeah. So it was
yeah,
that kind of style, but they still use string. So when you jump, you can stay in the air if you wanted to, or something like that. So I
yeah.
think it would be really, really good on having. I don't know. I'm excited to have something like that in my life. I hope, hopefully, I get it sooner than later, so that way I'm not like 50 or 60 years old trying to jump and run and break a knee or hip or something. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! I go. What was the video you sent me after waking up to your 30s? How was it?
Uh, Daddy. Just,
No, but I mean, I don't know. Just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, you know. Like I said, I think Apple did step up big with the Vision Pros. I
yeah.
think they're pretty cool. They look the Vision. You can actually see what's going on behind you, and you can see everything. I mean, that is crazy, you know. That's definitely a crazy thing that you know they're coming out with the good technology and
Yeah.
everything is just stepping up and they never disappoint. So
No.
you can't go wrong with that. The price, it is pricey though.
Oh, it would be pricey for sure.
$3,495 for those Vision Pros. And I'm
And guess what?
sure
I mean, that's like a computer that you're gonna have installed. I
yeah.
don't know. Is it gonna be a computer? Because I saw like this little charger thing on the side,
Mhm.
like a little wire.
Yep.
Now, my question is it gonna be hooked up to a computer? Is it gonna be, or is
I
it just
think I think
computer
it's just going to
already?
be your computer overall. I think it's
Mm.
just like a chargeable type of idea, you know. And I guess you can see movies, and
I
I'm not
think,
sure if you can see like a projector. I don't know if it
yeah,
was a
you can.
projector. Oh, that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
That
you
shit
can
was
see
crazy.
like you can actually see movies, and you can
That's
make it as
crazy.
big as possible.
Yeah. Holy
You
shit.
can actually have like a monitor in front of you.
Oh, damn.
To the side, you can actually open like 10 apps and be surrounded by those 10 apps. And
Damn.
you can click on each one, work on it, and then click on the other one and work on it. Like you can do all those things. You can have one here, one there,
Mhm.
and start working on that. And all you need is your fingers.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I was like,
you're gonna expand
what?
it, bring it
He's
up,
like,
closer.
bring it
Yeah.
up, bring it closer, bring it up. No,
Hmm.
it was dope, man. Definitely was
Yeah.
dope. Um, I mean, the next one's gonna be coming out with the iPhone what 16?
15.
15?
The next iPhone is 15.
It is. Damn, I'm already ahead. I was like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like I don't know, man. Like I just like I think I would say we're in a pretty good point of our lives that we came in. I think maybe we could have came in a little bit later, maybe, but we're starting to see the changes in the technology base, you
But
know.
dude, that's gonna
But
replace TVs. That's gonna replace video games. Yeah, think about it. You
I
don't
didn't
need
even
a
correct. I'm like, what?
no. Look at the TV. It takes
Yeah,
room. With those goggles, it's in your face.
I wouldn't be surprised to have a projector, like a little
It
projector
is
type of thing, you know. No, no, like
it's not a projector. Like
like
you,
you know what
I
I'm talking
don't.
about, right? Like a little box. It has like a fucking 8K quality little top. But yeah, in your wall and shit. Like, what the fuck?
No,
You know?
because it's inside of the goggle.
No, yeah. I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I that's why I couldn't tell the difference if it was actually like it was just like image or like a cartoon image type of thing based. But I guess it is true, right? I guess you can actually put the
I
goggles
mean,
down and
the only crappy thing is everybody in your family have to have the goggles, or else they cannot see what you're seeing.
fuck that.
And the creepiest thing is like when somebody shows up in front of you, like the goggles will like open a
Dim.
vision where your eyes are, so
Yeah.
they know that you see them. But the way the eyes look, they look creepy as fuck.
Fuck yeah, they look like the actual movie. They look
Oh
like the
man,
actual movie. They look fucking weird, you know.
it look
Is that, you
weird.
know? No, but you know, I think it's just like I think it's the era that we're in. We got the opportunity to see the dinosaur TVs, the fucking AV cable connections, the composite cables and shit like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
remember working with that shit. RCA, VHR, you know, all
shit.
that shit. We CDs, cassettes, you know, all that shit, you know, but
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know. But I definitely think that was a good way to get this going. So for those, they're actually gonna get those Vision Pros,
Let us know.
$3,495. And
Let me
that's
let me
the
borrow them. Let
for
me.
real. I want to see this.
But
I
yeah,
do want to
man,
see this shit, but
I
let
do
us
too.
know and see what happens with that. But other than that, I think it's time for us to go here.
I gotta pee, dude. I've been
He
holding my
has to
pee, and
pee.
I'm
Oh
like
shit. Well,
drinking a gallon of water. Oh my gosh, I've been holding this since minute 10.
damn. That's okay. Well, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
so I'm gonna go ahead and let us go here, guys. Thank you for actually sharing with us this video coming by. Hit the like comments, hit the comments, like us, share the video, whatever you prefer to do.
This is how you
Just
do
do
it,
it.
bro.
Hey, I'm
Thank you
trying to
so
hurry
much
because you're
for
trying to go
coming
pee. I don't
in.
want to pee yourself, bro. So
All right, dude. Thank you so much for joining in another episode talking with Rafael. Make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and share it with your friends and
hey,
family.
think about water dripping.
Motherfucker, you're not helping. All right, y'all.
All right, you
Peace.
guys.
I'm gonna
Have a
poop
good
myself
one.
real